All right, welcome back to another episode. Nope, just a joke. We are actually doing the Evrmore Genesis block. It's an airdrop. It's pretty much like a fork of Ravencoin. Not really. It's a little more complicated than that. But let me switch over to here real quick and show you what's going on. The Genesis block is about to be activated on Ravencoin's what is it? 2,500,000. No, let's see, thousand million. 2,510,000th block, which is right around the corner. It's right there, pretty close. And there's a lot of people in the community right now in Evrmore, in their Discord, in their general chat, talking it up about what's going on with the airdrop. Everyone's excited. There's a lot of commotion going. So I just wanted to bring to you guys real quick what Evrmore is all about. But before I do, I want to make sure that I tweet this out here real quick. Let's see, channel page. Open that up real quick. Copy. Go to Twitter here real quick. Paste that. And capture this here real quick. And paste. There we go. Looks good. And tweet. Let's see. Is it EEVR? Hashtag EVR. Got it. Tweet. And then copy the link. And let's tweet this out over here. All right, cool. Got it, bingo. All right, so let's go real quick since we have about less than 20 blocks left. Let's go real quick. What Evrmore is all about. Let's open up the white paper real quick. I'm just gonna read a brief little part of it. Let's see, white paper. Let that load up. Evrmore, a peer-to-peer system for decentralized finance application, written by Hans Schmidt and Wales Street. Evrmore.Foundation, written on the 14th of September, 2022. Thank you to Satoshi Nakamoto and all the Bitcoin developers for Bitcoin. Thank you to Bruce Fenton, Tron Black, Blonde Frogs, and all the Ravencoin developers for Ravencoin. Abstract. Evrmore is a blockchain with built-in asset and DeFi, decentralized finance primitives. Evrmore is based on the Bitcoin UTXO model, is mined publicly and transparently using proof of work, is free and open source, and is open for use and development in any jurisdiction. Evrmore is built as a fork of Ravencoin. There you go, so it is a fork, and grew out of the DeFi discussions and research within the Ravencoin community. Evrmore's fork Ravencoins, but not assets. It takes measures to protect Ravencoin because it seeks not to replace Ravencoin, but to coexist with a different purpose. Ravencoin extended the Bitcoin UTXO model with assets, thereby eliminating errors commonly caused by implementing assets as a, quote, colored coins. Evrmore similarly extends the Bitcoin UTXO model with DeFi primitives, thereby eliminating errors commonly caused by implementing DeFi in general purpose smart contracts. Implementing DeFi functionality using powerful and general purpose smart contracts is not the correct solution. In addition to DeFi primitives, Evrmore includes features that improve transaction speed, flexibility, zero confirmations, minimal transaction fees, scaling, and complex covenant financial derivatives. Evrmore also includes code development financing and uses Evrprog mining algorithm to keep hardware requirements affordable and competitive. There it is. And there's a lot more to that we can read into. You guys can go ahead and read the Evrmore white paper if you guys are interested in that. All right. There's a lot to read in detail about what Evrmore is all about. Now, I'm just going to reiterate. Evrmore is a fork of Ravencoin. Okay. First and foremost, which is a beautiful thing. And it is proof of work. All right. That's another great thing. What is going on now? Why everyone's excited about that over here in Discord in the general discussions is that Kai I see on Twitch. I don't know. Is it? Where's Kai? Not sure what's going on. Okay, cool. So what's going on here in Twitch? And for those of you guys watching in Twitch right now, hello everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to Twitch right now. Feel free to Twitch. Say hello. Hello Twitch. Hi. This is actually the airdrop. So anybody that's in the top 50,000 addresses that has a minimum, and this does fluctuate, has a minimum of 2,500 Raven in their wallet, in which they own the private keys to, can be a part of the Evrmore airdrop. Now, from my understanding, that minimum threshold does actually change. It does actually move up depending on how many are in the top 50. Obviously, in the top 50, if they have more than the minimum 2,500, then that minimum does actually get moved up. So the hope is that it doesn't get moved too far up, so more people can actually have the opportunity to earn the Evrmore airdrop. Hello, Funk Coma. Welcome. Okay, so how many more blocks do we have? Let's go to the rvn.cryptoscope.io website, and there is approximately, let's refresh that page here. Looks like we only have like 14 more blocks. All right, awesome. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's go over to hello, not crop right there. Hi, John. Hello. All right. So what is everyone talking about? They're talking about the airdrop. Make sure that if you're part of this airdrop, that there is a maximum time you have to withdraw your coins out. Okay. And I believe that is 30 days, 60 days. I forgot the exact amount. Can somebody remind me what it was? I think it was 30 days. 30 days. If you don't withdraw your Evrmore out of your wallet within the first 30 days, then 60 days. Thank you, that dude Crypto. Within the first 60 days, if you don't withdraw your coins within the first 60 days, those technically do go to a burn wallet. Okay, so the idea is once you receive your coins, and let me backtrack. So with your Raven coin in your wallet, in which you own your private keys to, you want to. Oh, excuse me here. Let's see what's going on here. Let me open this real quick. I need to check this message. My apologies. Let's see here. Yes. Maybe I should actually do this. Hold on a second. 1 second. I need to jump in over here. I was hoping that Evrmore would create a voice channel so we can all talk together, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I'm going to jump over to my server here and jump over to the voice box and talk with anybody that wants to join me here and talk live on Twitch. Where is it at? C3 Media voice box. It is open. I am there. You want to chit chat? Come join me. And there's 12 blocks remaining. So what was I saying? Okay. So in regards to the Evrmore airdrop, in order to participate in that, you need the voice channel. Oh, okay, cool. You guys just made it, huh? Where is it at? There it is. Perfect. Got it. Hello. All right. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to be chatting here for a bit while I'm on Twitch. Correct me if I'm wrong in any portion of this, okay? So I'm talking in regards to what the Evrmore, how to participate in Evrmore. So you got to have a minimum at least 2,500 Raven in your own wallet in which you own your private keys to. That means that you cannot have it on any exchange, that being on Coinbase. Well, Coinbase doesn't accept the Raven coin, unfortunately. On Binance, on what else? What other wallet is there? Jeez, I can't even think off the top of my head. What do we got here? We got jeez, I should know this by heart, huh? I'm thinking. Give me a second here. 9 blocks. I gotta remember this. This is horrible. Help me, you guys. Help me. I'm seeking help. Exchanges. There we go. Okay, exchanges. Binance, Bbox, OKX, Upbit, and let's see, Qcoin. Yep. So if you have it on, there's more exchanges aside from that. Excuse me while I get some water. Can't have it on any exchanges. You got to own the private keys to your wallet, and the reason being is that when the airdrop happens, Evrmore's taking a snapshot of approximately the block 2,510,000, which is in 9 blocks, right? Then when that snapshot happens, they're going to snapshot that particular block, and anybody that has the minimum amount of 2,500 Raven in their wallet is going to be able to earn or be able to receive those Evrmore airdrops. Okay, and then when you're done, the idea is that you want to withdraw your Raven coin out of your wallet and deposit it somewhere else, because there is a high possibility that you are exposing your your private keys once you input them, because you must input your private keys into the Evrmore QT wallet. Okay, so once again, you are going to expose your private keys once you put them into the Evrmore wallet. So the idea is not to have any Raven coin in there, because what happens is if a hacker or somebody that has malicious purposes, they'll scrape your private keys and take your coins out of your wallet. You don't want that to happen. So the safe play is withdraw your Raven coin out of your wallet. You have an empty wallet just with the private keys. Those private keys that have been snapshot from Evrmore, you will input into the QT, and there you'll be able to see your Evrmore coins. At that point, you withdraw it within the first 60 days. Okay, if you do not, then on the day 61, those are getting sent to a burned address. Means that even though you participated, even though you did qualify, they're burned. You can no longer get those back. So can't really complain when you have that much time to get your coins. All right, how much time we got? We got still got 8 blocks left. Okay, good. All right, jump on in, man. Talk. You guys, go ahead. Feel free. Give me some heads up of what's going on. How you guys feeling about the airdrop? Anyone?
I just want to hear. I just want to know about the mining. When I went to the mining on GitHub, they're like, "That's coming soon."
Yeah. So
How much what's a mine if it's
so from my
is it supposed to
understanding,
be mineable?
yeah, it's going to be mineable. From my understanding, if anybody wants to chime in on this, mining will not be available until after until the Genesis block is out, or shortly thereafter. It should be within that particular. Technically, you gotta wait 60 more blocks to ensure there's not a reorg. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but yeah, it's
So
supposed to be.
in regards to what Jake said, they did post a link of the binaries for mining, and then you go to the website and you click it, and it's not there. Because if you go to development, which I just typed in, he did release the mining prog miner for Evrmore. But you go to the website, it's not there. Just if that changes some confusion.
I was on GitHub, not the website. So you're talking about GitHub or the website?
I would
I was
assume.
talking about the website.
Yeah, but the website
Okay.
does link you back over to GitHub, doesn't it? I'm sure it does.
Yes, it does, but not for some reason not the thing that he linked before, which I put in general chat.
Okay.
I'm looking at yeah, that's right, the Progmauer, right? Prog miner. I found that. That's the link you're talking about. Then yeah, I just found that just now.
Got it. Okay, there it is. And open that up, and there is.
Thing says 6 blocks to go.
So there is some zip files here for the GPU miner, Evrmore blockchain. It is up, and I'm assuming this is it here. So what about the QT? The QT should be out as well, right? We're almost there, man. Almost there. What do we got? Oh, did you guys see about that big well earlier today? It was like 1.18 billion Raven. That's crazy.
Right, there was a 1.18 billion Raven transfer.
Yeah, that was insane, dude. Earlier today, that was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
As soon as this core drops, I can throw a pull up forever if anybody wants me to.
Oh, you already got a pull up, dude? What?
Well,
Yes,
How's that even
please.
possible?
Well, I'm waiting for the core. I was saying as soon as the core drops, I'll compile the wallet and throw the pull up. If anybody
Oh God.
Okay,
I
that'd
don't
be
e-
awesome.
Is that even like? Do you need to do that during the Genesis block? Not really. I mean, if there's only gonna be a handful of people using it.
No, I agree. I'm just saying getting it ready to go for whenever, things get past that block 60 point.
Yeah, I say let us just mine solo for a while and appreciate just earning some Evrmore for a bit. All right, how about that? Let's start with that for a bit.
What's the total distribution that's going out? Does anyone know the number?
That's a good question, actually. Anybody? No.
I can put out a guide for solo mining.
Ah.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm about to put an article out. I still don't even know how to do that. If I can like figure that out, yes, please.
Here we go. 5 more blocks to go, man. 5 more blocks to go. So
I want to make assets. When can I make assets?
once you reach your millions, what are you going to do with it? Once it's listed on Coinbase, what are you going to do with it? Going to hold it, sell it? What are you going to do? Are you guys weak hands?
Hodl for life,
Diamonds?
dude. Hodl all the way.
Make assets, build businesses, use it for making other
Deadheaded.
That's
You
what Ravencoin
are
is
the boss.
for. That's what EVR is for.
I
Not for trading, for
love
building business.
I love your response, dude. That is probably one of the best responses ever. That should be like written as the Genesis block. Somebody write that in the Genesis block, please. We are within the final 5 minutes of Everchain Genesis block launching, starting with airdrops. Yay! All right.
If Ravencoin is blockchains for business, then Evrmore is blockchains for finance.
Boom. Love it. Love it. So the question is, what's going to be all the chaos? There's going to be a lot of chaos for sure. Everyone's going to be trying to start up the Q2 wallet. People are going to try to figure out how to start mining it as soon as possible, trying to spin things up. It's going to be chaos for a while. That's just normal. That's normal.
Is it going to be the kind of chaos that we experienced when the ETH went offline?
I would. Well, no. Yes and no. I'm going to say no, only because with ETH, there's much more people, much more websites. This is a Genesis block. There's only a very small community that's participating in this, which is good, because that means we're in early for this.
Small community of hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes. Can you mine to a paper wallet? What is with you guys in paper wallet addresses? Jeez Louise. Why would you want to do that? Deadhead, why would you want to do that? Please. There's a tool for making one now. Yeah.
Do you all want me to
Yeah, you
add
can make a paper wallet address now. It's the only address I can get.
Do you all want me to add Ever to the address generator?
The address generator? Oh, you're talking about the paper wallet?
No, the vanity address generator.
You have a vanity address generator?
Like unstoppable domains, but for Evrmore.
Essentially, yeah, man. So on Raven, there was a vanity address generator where you can generate addresses that have certain phrases in the front of them, like R. Obviously, any Raven address is going to begin with R if it's on that main net. But after that, you can put in your own line. Like, for example, I could put in Cryptic Wizardry or, CW and then let it fill in the rest of the address. So I can add Evrmore chain as soon as I get the core information to vanity address generator, and we'll be able to make vanity addresses on the Ever chain.
That's pretty cool, man. What's the first letter going to start with? Is it going to be E? A capital E?
I would hope. I would think.
Nobody's looked into that? No? Okay. Looks like we have 4 blocks left. According to Solus. Okay. Looks like we got 2 blocks left. According to Mango. Let's check out Mango Explorer then. Mango, not Manfo. Mango Explorer.
Yeah, 2 blocks.
2 blocks. According to Mango, yep, 2 blocks. According to Solus, which is lagging. It's like taking forever to update. Okay, 2 blocks. I guess we'll go with Mango. 2 blocks. Oh, yeah. Who's going to mine it? That's the question. Who's mining the Genesis block? Is anybody mining right now? Who's mining Ravencoin?
Never stopped. God, who isn't?
Same.
It's probably going to be 2 miners that does it because they're the biggest contributors. So.
Okay, I want to see what they're going to write because I'm sure they're going to write something in the Genesis block. Let's see what it is. Or I guess it would be on on Ravencoin. Let's see what they write on it. They always somebody will leave a message there. Okay, so Raven miner was 994. 2 miners was 997. All right, let's see. Refresh the page and 999 should have been out by now. Come on, what's going on? Do it. Get to the chopper. Hurry. No. Am I just getting too excited for this? No. Come on. It's not changing. Change already. Yes, there it is. Okay, 1 block remaining. Let's go.
Change.
Let's go.
Then,
Evermore. Let's go.
Bang says it's already hit.
It's already hit? There it is. Boom. 2 miners. Got it. 2 miners got it. Let's see. Let's open that up real quick. Let's see what's going on here.
There it is.
And yep, it looks like there's an op return transaction. So let's see. Did they write anything in here? Confirmation. Let's go over here to solve this real quick. Let's see. Blocks. Nope, nothing there. I don't see anything. They didn't write any message in here? But why? I don't see anything unusual. I mean, there's a Merkle root. Main chain did announce. Yeah, no message. So maybe they don't care about it. Maybe they're like, they don't even know about it. It's possible. It's possible. You guys already bummed out? Yeah? Can we download QT now? Hello? Oh no. Talking to myself?
No.
I got banned. Okay, let's see. Where would it be? Nope. There it is. Done. The 50K somewhere between 1 and 10,000. I was just about to say this. Okay, got it. Whoever has the best 12-word phrase gets 100,000 free EVR. Yeah, nice one. I was about to post it too. Nice one. Almost got me. All right, so that is it. That is history in the making. Wasn't too exciting, right? It's a Genesis block. Everyone's kind of like,
Oh, where is the snapshot? Let's see it.
Where is it? I know. I want to see. How can we tell the snapshot? Huh? Where is the snapshot? Snapshot happened. It's not the airdrop or the Genesis. Oh, really? Oh, hold on a second. Put on the brakes. Wait a minute. News Sauce said. News Sauce says it's not the. What? That doesn't make any sense. It is the airdrop. I'm confused now. It's not the airdrop or the Genesis. So then what is it?
It's just a snapshot, like you said.
It's a snapshot for the airdrop.
Exactly. So the snapshot has occurred based on all the people, who did it before.
Now we can move our Raven coin back, and
Yes,
whenever they
Raven
get
coin
the
back.
chain up and the wallet out, we can claim our EVR.
Hopefully before December. We'll see. No.
Yeah, hopefully before the 60 days.
Exactly.
That would be bad on it's like day 59. All right, you guys go ahead and download the QT. It's like, oh God, don't do that, please. We're having technical difficulties. IT in the back is not able to successfully update the QT wallet. That would be bad, man. That would be all bad. Let's see.
Any excuse for a party is a good excuse for a party, right?
Mm-hmm. Can I no move? Can I no move my coins? Can I now move my coins back to my original wallet? Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Ever is good for Raven. Okay. Cool. That's exciting. That's exciting. I'm excited. You guys not excited? You guys sound really like monotone. Like, yay. Evermore is awesome. We have done it.
Evrmore is amazing. This is so awesome.
Yeah.
I am Bender, insert girder.
Exactly.
It'll actually
Exactly.
be cool when we can play with it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good now that we're locked in. We know we can get it.
It's
But,
one
yeah,
step at a time,
we're
man.
asking
And
it
I,
to do stuff.
you know what's really good about these devs, Deadheaded, and I know you'll vouch for this, is that this team behind this, the devs are amazing. These guys, I trust these guys. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
That's the reason why I've been shilling Evermore, is because the team behind this knows what they're doing. You know, that's the main reason, and I trust these guys. These guys don't do it for selfish reasons. They do it, to grow the community. You know, that's what's awesome about these people.
Well, these are two of the most, obviously Hans from the beginning, but
Mhm.
both these guys in Well Street are two of the most biggest contributors to Ravencoin.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely, and that's what that's what I've been trying to explain to people that don't know what Evermore is, because there's a lot of channels that I'm communicating with and say, hey, have you guys heard? Obviously, Ravencoin channels. Have you guys heard about Evermore? You guys probably want to participate in this. Well, what's Evermore? Well, Evermore is this and that, blah blah blah. It's like, well, it sounds like a scam. It sounds like a rug pull. Like that's like the common response that I was getting. I said, hold on a second, put on the brakes. Okay, the same people that have been developing on Ravencoin have worked on Evermore. Okay, and these guys, if you trust Ravencoin and are part of this community, which I assume you are, which is why you're in this group to begin with, I would say that Evermore is actually a very good project that is going to benefit Ravencoin in the future. You know, with that being said, I wouldn't call it a scam or rug pull, because there's clear instructions on what you should be doing, which is withdraw your Ravencoin before you input your private keys into the Evermore wallet. They're giving you the clear instructions on what to do. They're not trying to scam anybody, right? Now, if you do things wrong, that's on your behalf, but it's been spoken over and over and over again, countless times here in the Discord, over and over again, on what you should be doing. And hopefully that's been echoed enough through the ecosystem throughout Ravencoin, because obviously Ravencoin is going to be the one that's benefiting off of this.
oh, totally. I mean, I first heard about it, and frankly, for about 30 seconds, I was a little concerned until I saw it was Hans.
Exactly. Same here, bro. Same here, 100%. When I heard that, I was like, I don't know, man. And then I saw exactly who was working on it. I go, boom. I'm all in for it. You know, I don't really know much about it. Haven't even read the white paper yet. This is before I read the white paper. I haven't even read the white paper, but I know that with these guys behind it, these guys I can trust.
Yeah, and I knew he wouldn't do it against Ravencoin. Because, I mean, honestly, with the ecosystem that Ravencoin has now, it'd be hard to duplicate.
So I don't want to burn anybody, so I'm not going to say this person's name. But there's a tweet that went out that said, "Don't trust anyone in crypto." I see where this person's going with this, but in a way, there are some people in the community that I do trust. I'm not going to trust you with my private keys, but I do trust on what you're doing. That's obviously you're good. There's some people that are going to be way smarter in developing this than I am. You know, I'm going to trust their skills and their intellect on doing it the right way. Doesn't mean that they're perfect. Maybe there are flaws in the code. Is it their fault? No, I'm not going to blame them for that. It's going to suck if there are flaws in it, you know, but you know, they can only do their best, you know, and that's all I ask for. Ultimately, it does come down to me for putting my trust into it. But in the end, I don't really lose much because I'm not giving up my Raven, you know. Now, if I had to swap 1-for-1 for Raven, then that's a whole different thing. But that's not what's going on, you know. It's a 1-to-1 peg of your Raven, which is a beautiful thing, you know. Now there was a lot of commotion as to why there was not a 1-for-1 for all coins in existence the 12 billion or more or less. How come that didn't happen? Why was it only the top 50? I was like, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. And I don't know why they decided for the top 50,000 addresses. Does anybody
They
know the
did
answer?
talk about
I know
that.
the answer to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
go
I'm pretty
ahead.
sure it's
Dust.
it's a space in the block can only fit enough data in the Genesis block for 50,000 addresses.
It could only spin up 50,000 addresses?
The space in the block is all the data that can fit in one block. I forgot how much. Is it 1 megabyte or 2 megabyte blocks? If it's 2 megabyte blocks, then that's how much data was able to go into that block based on 50,000
Oh.
addresses. I'm sure it wasn't exactly 50,000 addresses. It was probably something very just above that, but they're like, let's just round it up to 50,000. That's what I heard in a space a while back.
Okay, so that dude crypto said top 50,000 because that is where the majority of coins are, is what was said and shown with distribution of coins across wallets.
Yeah, they talk about it on the site. That gets like 98 point something percent of the coins.
Oh, that's what that. Yeah, I
You've
remember
got
that now. Yeah,
thousands of addresses out there that just have like dust in it or less than a coin.
that's right. Yeah.
I mean, I've got 3 or 4 or 5 out there that've got 5, 10, or 15 Raven in it that I just didn't bother consolidating. That how many people have that have been around? How many addresses on Discord have been tipped Raven?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That'd be tough to that's just asking too much.
You're absolutely right.
I hope the big one doesn't. It would be nice to see that 43% of the total Raven not claim EVR.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is that considering that there was that big whale with 1.18 billion, and there was a couple of other ones with a few million of them, and that came through. What did you say, Jake? Jabarelli? That there was a few when you were doing your video. There was a few confirmations while you were making your video of several transactions of millions going out through transactions, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I think the largest I saw was 4 million.
even though it's proof of work,
4 million Raven, $4 million.
That's the large $4 million.
yeah, even though it's proof of work, I'm still just slightly concerned that there is a majority out there that's sitting on less than a handful of wallets, which means that they can easily manipulate the market. If they decide to dump 10% of their wallet, which would just destroy everybody else. That
5.1 billion moved on October 22nd in one transaction.
Jesus. And how much?
Yeah, that's it moving to from a cold wallet to a hot wallet, and
Yeah, so they can take advantage of it.
And that,
Yeah,
That
I'm
was the
pretty sure,
largest
like,
account. It's
I
the
think in
one
September.
biggest whale there was out there.
let me
Yeah, I
ask.
think in September, blockchain Tiger was like really pushing up it to allow for withdrawals, and they actually moved out of that. It was like 5.2 billion or whatever it was. They moved it out
From Cuban?
into a couple addresses, and I was tracking it, and a lot of Raven was going. Not a lot in hindsight, but at the time I was like, oh my gosh, there's tens of millions of Raven moving around these hot wallets, probably for withdrawals and stuff like that. And now it's all back
right?
into the cold wallet. Actually, no, it's not. It got moved yesterday or 2 days ago. I take that back. It got moved again.
Yeah, look at this transaction I just posted.
I'm looking at it now. And yep, 1,000. Let's see, 1,000 million. Yep, 5.18 billion. Are you serious?
Yeah.
5.18 billion. Okay, 5.18 billion, and keep in mind
Roughly $160 million.
Okay, and keep in mind that there's approximately 12 million, more or less 12 billion Raven coin out there in existence from the Genesis block up until now.
That's 43%.
That's insane. That's insane that one person owns that much. Somebody obviously wants to participate in the Evrmore. That's
Hey,
how
John,
you know. Go ahead.
Are you looking on CryptoScope?
I'm looking at the Solus Explorer. That's what popped up.
Yeah, okay, the one I just sent. Click on the address it was sent from, and then look at the address movement in that address. You can see it going back to November of, what is that, 2019.
Yep. Yep, October. I have October 8th, 2019. Wow. Somebody's been buying this up like there's no tomorrow. Holy smoke. They weren't mining this, they were buying it up.
Yeah, it's the South Koreans.
Holy smokes.
They love their RVN. Upbit was really strict about withdrawals. I don't know why. It's just sucks.
They're 100 million at a time? That's crazy, dude.
Honestly, it was probably that those hundreds of millions were probably consolidated into that one address from other addresses that they had been accumulating since the Genesis.
Oh, wow.
But this isn't that one hacker group, is it? It's just people in Korea who like Raven.
Lazarus.
Lazarus, yeah.
Yep. Anyone that uses Upbit.
Wow. And now they got zero.
Per my video, I made the comment that moving gargantuan sums of Raven around doesn't cost hardly anything, which is very enticing. Very, very enticing.
Yeah, it's moving lots of assets around is when it gets costly. I mean, even right now, if you moved hundreds of assets, it would still only cost like under $1. Not even that much, honestly. But yeah, there was a big advantage to moving money across Raven right now, given the fees.
Yeah.
The fees of almost any other blockchain. That's, I mean, other than ones that are explicitly about low gas fees.
Can't complain about 3 cents, man. Come on now.
Yeah,
I mean,
to move $160 million,
even,
costs you 3 pennies.
that was actually what I was doing off of the exchange. I mean, on QT, what is it, 0.001? Right?
Yeah, if you're moving from wallet to wallet, right?
That's crazy.
Exchanges might have a fee, but wallets, no.
Yeah,
Low fee.
0.001. Yeah.
I think fees, like the base fees, usually run around 0.005 on a transaction.
Oh, yeah, 0.005,
Raven,
yeah.
because I think it's 0.02 per kilobyte.
Yep. So look at this.
I think one transaction usually ends up around 1/4 of a kilobyte. I might be wrong off my memory though. Maybe I should just pull up my core wallet right now.
Well,
I wonder.
Deadhead
Does anyone know? Does anyone know if Evermore's fee structure is changing, or is it staying the same as Ravencoin currently?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. But Deadhead.
I didn't even see that Whale Street was in here. I'm sure he can answer that.
Deadhead did post the movement amount for that what 2,000 million. Shit, that's a lot, dude. 0.006 Raven to move billions. That's insane, dude. That's insane. We're talking about a fraction of a penny, bro. That's insane. Like, people don't understand this, man. Like, that's insane.
I think the people who have $160 million worth of Raven definitely understand that.
That's insane. Wow. And it's
I mean,
virtually...
at the same time, like the first question I ever asked Tron back when we first met him like 2 years ago, or when you introduced me and we did that session, I asked him, like, what if the price of Raven goes up to like $1,000 a coin? And he's like, well, then you're just going to have to deal with it. It hasn't, and I don't know that it will, but at that point, then the 0.05 Raven it costs to transfer actually will be expensive, relatively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, it'll be like, what, at 0.005 would be $5 for a transaction to move $1,000, or to move anything.
Yeah, to move anything, right.
Assuming block space does not fill up every block, which it probably wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that happening, especially at a 1 minute block rate.
feels like it's more practical to have the coin be worth less than to have it be worth more. It's almost like stock, like a Tesla stock being worth like 1,000. It's better to just split it down and make it worth like 10 or $50 or something instead of being worth tens of thousands of dollars. Then your fees aren't so high.
Test.
Yep, go ahead.
Right. That's kind of the
I hear you,
same
Wall
dilemma
Street.
that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're great. I think I was just having some mic problems. You asked about the transaction fees or fee structure. Did you mean
Yeah.
the transaction fee?
Yeah, transaction fees. Yes.
Yeah, it's just the exact same as Raven.
Nice. Sorry. So what I was gonna say before I interrupted Mr. Wall Street was but when I first heard about Raven and I was reading a lot of people's, I first showed up on Reddit and everyone's like, oh, what happens when Raven gets to $1? Is it going to cost $500 to mint a main asset? So I tried coming up with some ideas on how to do it or ways to change the network's consensus to help alleviate that if the price goes up or if mining difficulty goes up and stuff like that. But if you think about it, if there's ever a time in the future where you know that there's going to be a cheaper time to mint an asset, as in you're going to have to burn less Raven, when are you ever going to actually mint assets and build? Right. So like one of the options that's been proposed in the past is the asset minting costs changing with the halvings. So if you're gonna go, well, I could mint now, or I could wait 8 years, and it's gonna be an eighth of the price, or not an eighth of the price, a fourth of the price. So are you not gonna mint anything for 8 years? Is there gonna be no, network activity for 8 years? And then at that point, people who are hearing about it are gonna go, I'm gonna wait another 8 years. So it's never, then the ecosystem dies. So I kind of understand where they go with the minting fees and just keeping it stable. I don't think it'll ever change. This is something to keep in mind with Evrmore as well.
Got it. So now that we have Wall Street on, when do we get to download the QT?
So, assuming that the snapshot is confirmed and successful, then everything will be released on the 28th.
The 28th.
So, in a few days.
Okay, so in a few days.
What? The 28th? That's like the day before the Raven Global Awards.
Yep. In 4 days, the QT will be released. Cool. Awesome. So how do you know if everything went well? Are you guys just looking on the back end?
So we have to wait at least 60 blocks just in case there's a potential reorg.
Okay.
Raven has like a reorg max depth
Yes.
of 60 blocks.
Correct.
So basically it'll be solidified after that, and then Hans will make a post.
Mm-hmm. So we're about 20 something blocks in. Where are we at? Yeah, 21 blocks in. So wait another.
Is there a reorg for Bitcoin? Is there a reorg for Bitcoin?
They don't have a max reorg depth limit, but yeah, like reorgs can happen on Bitcoin.
6.
Right, and I think that's why I remember hearing someone explain how the only way that the Raven network could be compromised is that there was a worldwide internet shortage and nodes couldn't connect with each other for an extended period of time, and Bitcoin doesn't have that risk because of that. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Feel for our Ron mining Raven right now.
Like pure Bitcoin maximalists, they don't like a max reorg depth. They think that it's inferior, specifically because of the problem that you were talking about, Jake. The counter argument is that if there is an event where, for whatever reason, the world doesn't have internet, we have like bigger problems on our hands.
That's what I say to that issue. Like, we're having more, unless someone comes up with, sending Bitcoin over ham radios, which I know they have, but like widespread usage, which I think might be illegal. I don't think you can send encrypted messages over radio waves. But anyways, unless that becomes mainstream, this stuff's gonna die out if the world goes into, internet winter, so say. Something like, it won't die out, but there's definitely gonna be some issues, way more bigger issues than we're worried about.
Exactly.
It is. I understand that that's like the total maximalist way of thinking. Though, like, I get it. I totally get it. It's just at some point you got to turn off that switch just down a few notches.
Exactly.
So is there? Oh, there is something there. There is an operator message on the Genesis block from 2 miners. Okay, I got the hash. If anybody can transcribe this, I just posted it. Oh, did it not post? What's going on? There we go.
What is this hash from?
That hash is from, where did I get it from? From Solus Explorer. It's an op return message. So copy that. Let me actually I'll just post the whole link. Copy that and go back like this, and then go back up.
Which block was this?
It's right there.
Was this the block of?
Yep, Genesis block for Evrmore.
So there's op return messages on every block. The Coinbase writes an op return message to the miner of the block, every block. So it shows up as gibberish when you go hex to hex. Unfortunately,
okay. I thought 2 miners wrote something in there.
No, that would be cool if they did, but no, that's how it works.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but the Moontree wallet does support sending your own op returns on transactions. So
well, let's just make up something. Let's just make up a story. 2 miners is all for decentralized financial freedom for the world.
Yeah.
That's okay. From now on, that's what the Genesis block was written. Okay. Decentralized financial freedom for the world.
By the way, guys, you can run internet over a ham mesh network. And you can do blockchain over it too.
Oh, I know I've seen some stories of Bitcoin being sent over radio waves. I think it's pretty cool. And then when I brought it up to someone, they said, I think it's illegal to send encrypted messages over radio waves.
I've actually was talking to people today about this and been looking into this for a few months. You can take a Linksys router, an older one, you can flash it, hook up a $50 ham antenna to it, and you will have a wireless hookup from your laptop or phone through the router to the mesh network. Now you got to have other people to talk to on the mesh on the network, but we're talking less than $200 worth of equipment, and you're there running internet protocol.
It's been a long time, but my
send
grandfather,
anything over this mesh network to anyone else that's on that network. So if you're trying to, if someone's running on that same network as you, you're able to just send Bitcoin or Raven to them as long as they're on the same network.
If you're running a TCP/IP network, an intranet, yes, absolutely, it runs exactly like that. I posted a video from it's a couple years old. Actually, it's 4 years old, but that guy goes into it quite a bit, and it's pretty simple. You're running an intranet, and it just routes it through your Linksys router over the, translates it to the ham radio.
My grandfather had a ham on his RV, and when I was hanging out with him, and this is back in the late 90s, 1999, and he was running pretty slow. And we're not talking about even 100 kilobit, but like 40 kilobit connectivity, 50 kilobit connectivity over his ham radio that he could actually connect to anybody who would hook up to him. So he hooks up to somebody, start talking to them, and say, "Hey, do you got internet?"
I was just looking at the license today. It's a simple test to get the license.
The technician's license isn't hard at all. You don't even have to know how to do Morse code anymore.
Yeah, there's like 3 levels, and you can do the first 2 levels pretty easy, and that's what most people will need.
So here's the next question, Well Street. When can we start mining Ever?
When everything's released on the 28th.
28th. So everything's going to be on the 28th.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Assuming that everything has gone smoothly, which I anticipate.
Okay. So
it
then
has.
here's a quick follow-up question, because this was mentioned earlier. I forgot who posted this. Can they start moving their coins out of their wallet now that the snapshot has been taking place?
So it's best if you wait 60 blocks because of that max reorg depth.
Okay. Well,
so no one's mining right now, right? Like just the Genesis block existing or being constructed.
It really is just the snapshot that will be put into the Genesis block on the 28th.
Perfect. Okay.
oh.
And I always like hearing this. I like hearing the story of Bitcoin's Genesis block and Raven's Genesis block of what's in the block. Are you guys going to be doing like the New York Times article headline from that morning?
Yeah, so Hans and I talked about that like 6 months ago, and I don't remember exactly what we decided on because of the snapshot data. So in
Right.
Evrmore's Genesis block, it'll have the snapshot data of all the different addresses and the amounts.
Right. So you're just worried about there being enough room in the block, or no? There shouldn't be that much room, or there should be room left over for that.
Based on the conversation that Hans and I had like 6 months ago, we were planning on putting in an article. Hans and I had gone back and forth on what the source of that was going to be, and I don't know what we definitively decided, but yeah, there were plans to put an article in there.
Well,
That's cool.
Here's my question. So just explain how the magic works on the back end. So the Genesis block is technically going to start on the 28th, right? So from what I understand, you're going to copy the top 50,000 addresses from the snapshot and input those addresses into the Genesis block, correct?
Yep, that's correct. It's kind of funny because the terminology doesn't exist for technically what we're doing. What Evrmore is actually doing is it's more akin to a chain fork. But we didn't want to have all of the data and transactions as well as mining algo changes and all of the baggage that kind of was attached to the Ravencoin chain.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically the airdrop on Evrmore is the equivalent of a chain fork, but you'll be able to instantly sync the Evrmore chain. So for everybody that downloads like Evrmore D and Evrmore QT, you basically won't have to wait in order to download tens of gigabytes of chain data that's not really needed. It'll just have the addresses and the quantities from the snapshot right in the Genesis block itself.
Nice. Okay. So I just heard you say 2 different wallets: Evrmore D, as in like David, and Evrmore QT. What does the D stand for?
Yeah, so basically one is just like a CLI. It's like a command line interface.
Okay.
It doesn't really have like a GUI that you can click buttons, that type of thing. That's what QT is.
So anybody that's running
QT.
Linux, more or less, right?
Yeah, you could think of it like that. It's a lot more like running Linux as opposed to having like a user interface with the mouse.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but both of those will be on the 28th.
Beautiful.
About Moontree wallet.
typically, from what I recall, when programs are written, the D on the end of a name of a program implies daemon. So like OpenSSHD is just a daemon for the program. But that's my experience. I'm guessing that's what it means in this case.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'll have the CLI and then Qt. But okay, so for Moontree, we're working on that right now. We just pushed out a new update with.
Yep, I saw that.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, with the local authentication, so it's like no longer using a independent Moontree only password. All the users will now have the option to use their native device security, so like fingerprint, like
Beautiful.
Face ID, that type of thing.
I love that.
And then in roughly like a week, maybe 2 weeks, we'll have support for Evrmore. Basically, we have it ready, but because the binaries haven't been released for Evrmore, we actually can't complete the backend code that's needed to convert Electrum Raven to Electrum EVR.
Can I just make one recommendation for Moontree? Just something
Yeah,
like down the road. Yeah, obviously don't just put on the back burner, but just something just to brew up. I would really like to see the function of internal swapping, coin swapping, Evermore with Ravencoin or Bitcoin.
Yeah, so we actually do have that planned.
Beautiful.
The closer term feature for swaps is on-chain swaps. So it'll be Raven for Raven assets and Evermore for Evermore assets.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then later down the line, we'll introduce like cross-chain atomic swaps, where you can go from like Raven to Litecoin or Raven to Bitcoin, that kind of thing.
I'm sure those atomic swaps between each coin that's going to require it's going to be similar to like atomic DEX, where someone is posting their coins at a certain amount and someone else has to come fill that order, right? Except it's going to be trustless.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then
That's very cool.
on EVR, um, there are some primitives that are going to be added so that you'll be able to do partial order fulfillment. So it doesn't have to be like an all or nothing type thing.
Mm.
You'll be able to post up like I've got 20 assets for sale, and like 20 different people could come in and fulfill the order. It doesn't just have to be one person that's wanting all 20.
Well, Street, I saw something on the site about Atomic DBX and DEX, and maybe you guys doing a skin on it or something. Is that still in the works, or what's going on with that?
Are you talking about Moontree or EVR?
EVR. I saw it on the EVR website. That are you guys going to be compatible with Atomic DEX?
No. So basically, Evrmore and Raven have what are called on-chain atomic swaps using what are called partial transactions. So basically, it's already built in to Raven and Evrmore as its own primitive. No GUI has really implemented that other than Raven Trader like a year ago, but it was kind of clunky and not user friendly at all. So Moontree is actually implementing that feature in a very user friendly way. But yeah, it's not like the Atomic DEX or stuff like that. It's its own thing that's just native to Raven and to Evrmore.
But on the Evermore side, I mean, if you go to the web page and go to downloads and more downloads, it says something coming soon. Everdex, desktop app powered by Atomic DEX. Is that something in the works for Evrmore?
Oh, perhaps maybe Hans has something that I'm not aware of, but not
Okay,
to my
it's on the
knowledge.
site. That's where I saw it. It's,
Yeah, in the Evermore white paper, there are a couple of different primitives that are going to be added that are Dex primitives. Maybe Hans has some partially announced or unannounced plans to use those primitives in some business venture that I'm not aware of.
So, Wall Street. Let me ask, who's the team behind, aside from you, who's the team behind or working with you on Moontree?
Yeah, so I have a few different developers, including myself, but it's a relatively small team. There are 4 of us total.
All from Ravencoin or paid people from outside the ecosystem?
Basically, well, they weren't all originally from Ravencoin. They all are now, obviously, because Moontree is currently Ravencoin centric.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 of the developers were not, but one of them was.
Are you paying them in Ravencoin?
No, I
Ah,
just run it through regular payroll, so they
okay,
just receive a regular deposit
okay.
into their checking account.
I have one more
Although that
question
is
for
an
Greg.
option, none of them have chose that.
I have one more question because I know the answer is going to be yes. Um, when the Qt wallet releases, will you be able to run a full node out of the Qt wallet just like you are for Ravencoin?
Yep, exactly.
And it's the same exact buttons and everything?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, that's good. Because that's good because we can refer, if anyone asks on a node, refer to the graphics on the node, the graphics that we made, not me in particular, but that we've been pushing for Raven. Be like, listen, this is the exact same thing as EVR, just different. It's not Raven. That's it. Same exact look and everything. I mean, maybe are you guys going to spruce up the Qt wallet? Is it going to look a little more fancy, or is it going to still have that dinosaur look that Ravencoin Bitcoin has? I know the Ravencoin one's a lot more spruced up than Bitcoin is, but Bitcoin's like literal like year zero technology looking.
Yeah, so I think I'm pretty sure it has like obviously updated logos and then
Yeah.
updated colors, but I don't think it's modified beyond that. At least not that
I
I've
don't
seen.
think you need to,
Typical QT.
personally.
That being said, um, I know I keep saying like, "Hey, Moontree has plans to do this and plans to do that," but I I I have had the entire desktop design completed for a Moontree wallet that uses Raven D as a backend
Mm.
and replaces Qt as a front end GUI for like the past few months. We just haven't had time to take our existing code base and compile it for the desktop version. But the plan is to basically make the Qt uh, like the backup, and I think Moontree would make a better front end for Raven D.
Mm.
It definitely give it a much more modern feel and be a lot more user friendly.
How many how
That's really
many
cool.
how many nodes do you have on Moontree?
Meaning that the company personally runs.
Well, yeah, that are pinning through Moontree, because you're using a core, at least one, obviously. But I want to assume that you're using more than one, just in case the original core one goes out, so you can back up to a different QT, because obviously a lot of people are relying on you securing the core wallet, and if your original core wallet goes down, that means we don't have access to Moontree and everything that's existing in it. Well, we in a way we do, but it's not live. It's not a live feed of the data that's being transacted, because you're the source of that with holding that core, correct?
Yeah, so we currently run only one, but it's Dockerized. So if it, for whatever reason, like were to die, it would automatically spin up a different one.
Okay.
That being said, though, directly inside of the settings in the Moontree wallet, you can actually point it to your own node, so you don't have to go through us at all.
Okay.
You can keep your mobile wallet like the client side,
That's good to know.
and then just point it towards a different core.
Okay. That's amazing that you have that in there. That's amazing, dude. Thank you. That's great news.
Yeah, and then that way you don't have to rely on us at all.
Yeah.
It's just your own local front end client, and then you can just run it directly through your own back end server, so
Dude.
that it's never even touching Moontree at all.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
That's really cool. I was going to bring that up because I tested it out using Raven RVM Dashboard's server, and it worked out just fine. I was like, this is really cool. So in order, if I was going to connect to my own node, I guess just give the IP address of my node that's like supporting the Raven network or what, whatever network that is I'm using in Evrmore or in Evrmore Moontree.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, whatever your Raven node is, just your Raven node IP and the port, and then you'll just paste that directly into the server setting, or I guess we call it network, but yeah, the network setting. Just paste in the IP and the port.
That's cool. And even if the whole Docker network dies out somehow, we're still fine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. I like that.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Really good to know. I think that should be uh, said more because I know a lot of people because that's an issue of centralization there that people probably don't even realize isn't even an issue. I know it's still in beta, but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't probably hurt to put a little little blurb underneath saying, "Oh, you can connect your own to your own node and run your wallet through your own node or something like
Agreed.
that." That's really cool.
Yep.
I don't know of any other wallet that does that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the other wallets that exist, I don't think that they have that. So if like their server goes down, um, it's not like your coins will be gone, but like temporarily, you might have to wait.
Let me ask you, Well Street, how since I'm assuming you're watching everything that's going on here. Let's just pretend that you never sleep, right? And you're watching everything that's going on here in general chat. How many people were so furious when they found out and they got the news from T0? I bet you it was nonstop.
um, there were quite a few that were upset, and I feel bad, but that's obviously outside of our control.
Yeah, that sucks.
All they really had to do was convert their Raven to a different crypto that T0 supports withdrawals for a lot faster, then send it to a changenow.io decentralized exchange and swap that coin for RVN, and then they're fine. But people don't want to go through that.
Yeah, and the other thing is the original announcement for Evrmore, which we released like the white paper and the websites and all of that, was 6 weeks ago. So it's not like it's been like only a couple day notice type thing.
It only took me a couple hours to move my coins off of T0. This was, what, a month or two ago. Had nothing to do with Evrmore, but just had to answer a bunch of communist questions.
And even then, your airdrop snapshot announcement was exactly 2 weeks ago. As you had said it would be, it'd be 2 weeks in advance. And the 10-day withdrawal on T0 wouldn't affect that. So people had time. Just don't hold your stuff in exchanges. It sucks. But we've been saying it forever. I've only been saying it for about a year and a half now, considering how long I've been actually in like the Raven community and stuff. Like I've been pretty silent overall on these kinds of issues. But when you say it once, you shouldn't have to say it again. It just makes sense. Just hold your own coins. That's the beauty of it. It's digital property. You can own it. Someone else doesn't have to hold it for you.
When did they put the 10-day hold in? Because they didn't make me do that.
Yeah, they sent the email late last week.
Probably because everybody's pulling out because of this.
Yeah, well, that's why I said, I asked Wall Street if he's pretty much got an earful of it, or if he's read it all here in general chat, because I saw it on Twitter. People were furious when they got the email saying that T0 is gonna be now T10. You gotta wait 10 days to get your Raven coin out. Yeah, crazy, dude.
Well, there's no
Yeah,
reason
10
for
days,
that.
and it was like 8 days away. It's pretty sketchy, honestly.
Well,
What
knew
would be
it
the
was
reason for that? There's no
Evrmore.
reason for that.
Everybody was withdrawing Raven coin for Evrmore.
The only reason they would put a 10-day hold on there is if they didn't have the Raven coin.
Boom! I didn't want to say
Yep.
the conspiracy, but I think you know what's going on.
I mean, why not? I mean, it cost them nothing to transmit it.
Exactly.
0.00 Raven.
What's the
I'm
conspiracy?
sure they charge.
It was the problem with Terra, wasn't it? That they weren't backed with. They were saying that they were back with.
They landed out, yeah.
Yeah, who knows what exchanges own? Like, honestly, no, unless people just start making noise that, oh, I can't withdraw, no one would notice that exchanges are trading on paper.
Yep, and that's what's
And
going
that's
on
kind of
now.
what happened with T0. People were like, I can't withdraw, and T0 was like, well, guess what? We're not letting anyone withdraw now. And it's like, well, why the fuck not? If I haven't, on my next meeting with them, hopefully soon, I'm gonna have a freaking talk about them. I'll be like, what happened there? Like, can you give an explanation? Like, and if he probably won't even know it. Honestly, the guy that I talked to probably won't have an idea what happened.
No, I'll tell you what happened. Overstock sold out to a hedge fund that runs the damn thing now. And that has nothing to do with crypto or anything else like that. And they don't have any philosophy other than their old Wall Street people. That's what he said. We're not even in crypto. We only care about STOs.
I posted here in the chat the email that they sent out to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, I'm sure the people we're talking to in the CSRs, the customer service, a lot of them are the older people that have been there a while and don't go along with this. They asked me to say I wasn't going to do anything criminal with my crypto before I withdrew it. I mean, what kind of crap is that? I have to put that in writing?
I don't know definitively what happened. So I'm just purely speculating, but I think T0 is trying to be the most cautious and the most compliant with the SEC so that their platform can be used for security tokens. And my guess is that the reason why they've implemented such stringent policies is in large part so that they're still in very, very close and good standing with the government. But like I said, I'm just speculating.
Oh, I agree with you, but I think they're just going overboard.
All right, we got 4 more blocks to go. 4 more blocks.
Unfortunately, it's too late now.
4 more blocks, and then there's going to be a mass exodus from the Mango Farms wallet.
Right?
And it's not like that's trackable anyways, because it's not custodial. So if anything, we'll just see a lot of transactions in the mempool show up. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm sure it won't be anything out of the ordinary.
It would not surprise me if a lot of people dump their coins back into T0.
Oh, I would be surprised if they do now.
Really?
You tell me I got to wait 10 days? There's no way I'm putting my coins back in your place.
I think a lot of people were very upset about it. I saw that Leon or however you say his name on Twitter, he was pretty upset about it, as well as whoever has the T0 license plate. I forget what U.S. state it was, but that individual was really, really upset as well.
Wow.
I've pushed T0 for years. I loved them. I thought they were great. They treated me well until this past few months.
That's where that meme's going out. That's no longer T0. It's T10.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm out. Y'all have a great evening.
All
It's been
right.
good talking to you, John. Hey, John, have you seen that silver coin that Admiral minted?
Silver coin. Negative.
Yeah. Let me post. Here's the Twitter. Let me post the Twitter. I sent you a block at Twitter. Yeah, he did 21 silver coins for Raven, representing 21 million. And there's a pre-sale right now, and he's got the certs out. I think he sold half of them already.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
basically doing-
Yeah, I saw those. Those things
Million.
are
I
fire,
thought
dude.
Raven was 21 billion.
Yeah, but he's not minting 21 billion silver coins. You don't have nobody's got the. You got the money in your pocket to do that.
No, you said a million. I just figured maybe it was
Oh, yeah,
one coin for
no,
each
it's
billion,
21
not for each
I
million.
meant it's 21 billion. My mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw those, dude. Those are awesome.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are awesome, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm on here. Hey guys, nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, there he is. Speaking to us, hey Emil.
Hey, yeah, I showed Deadheaded Alt the certificate. I don't know if you want to show everyone what it's gonna look
Yeah, I'll
like.
pull it up. Hold on. I'll post the cert in the main chat for people to look at.
It hasn't been minted yet, but I was working on, with the IPFS, so how it's gonna look, and then I'm gonna probably do the certification minting soon.
The coins are done, right? You have them, right?
Yeah, I shipped them to my friend's house in the U.S. I live in Canada, so I'm going there tomorrow. I'm making a leather pouch for it as well. So he's got a 3D printer, so I'm going to put the stamp on it and send them out to the people that already pre-ordered.
Great. How many pre-orders you got?
I think I got like 11 so far.
Half of them done.
Yep.
Those are awesome.
Yeah,
Johnny,
on there there's a 3D render that I just did a couple days ago on it. Deadheaded Alt recommended I put a 3D render on there, so I learned how to do Blender in a couple days, couple hours actually. But
What kind of machine are you using?
I've got a 990 900K, the 3090.
No, I mean to make the metals.
Oh no, I went to an outside company. I don't actually
Oh, okay.
do any of the minting. It would be better if I did, because I'm paying a huge markup on the actual silver. So it's not worth it in terms of the value of the silver. But if you take it as a memento and having the first coin that has its asset name physically minted on the block as well as on the coin as well as on the blockchain, it's kind of a cool thing.
It is cool, man.
Now, maybe it's something I might even do for Evrmore if if I can get a couple good ideas going for it. It's something I'd be interested in doing as well.
For C3 Media. C3 Media coin.
Yeah.
and John, you have to retweet out that his tweet on the announcement. I'll post it so you can get a little more traction on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll put it in the main chat.
Yep. All right. Have we reached the? We have. Good. So we're good now. Well Street. On the reorg. No reorg here, man. We are good to go.
Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the block height. What are we at?
We are
I assume it's
at
been 60
65.
blocks.
Yep, 65.
Yeah, you should be good. No reorg from here.
All right. Time to sell all my Raven coin. Who wants it? No takers? Okay. I'm keeping it then. All right. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and kill this Twitch here. Bye-bye. Actually, we got a couple more. Any shout-outs? You guys want to give any shout-outs for the Genesis block? For all the developers of Evrmore? Hey, shout-out to all you guys working on it. Awesome. Yeah? No? Hans? Wall Street? Thanks. Anyone else? No? Everybody's leaving? Why are you guys leaving? What the heck?
Oh yeah, thanks guys. You got awesome job.
That sounded very sincere. All right, cool. All right.
Congratulations. But
For real, seriously, that's a big congrats. You know, even though like there wasn't that much going on and it was just a small community here, that's still a big step that there was no issues going on. It ran smooth, right? I'm assuming that there wasn't chaos. The house wasn't burned down behind you, was it, Wall Street?
Nope.
Perfect. All right. Good. That's good to know. All right, then that was a success with Evrmore. Now we just gotta wait for the Genesis block in 4 days. Can we know more or less like what time that's gonna happen so I can maybe start up a stream for that?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to talk to Hans.
Okay. Hopefully I can record that when
Sorry.
that happens. Well, actually, it would probably be difficult to record the Genesis block, right? It probably would, huh? That probably would be difficult. But yeah, I'll still try though. I'll still try it. Anyways, let's go ahead and kill the Twitch. Twitch, thank you for hanging out. We got a lot of viewers in. That is Evrmore. If you're interested in hitting up Evrmore, they do have a Discord channel. Let me actually send a little invite here if anybody wants. Copy that. And I will paste that here in chat. If you're interested in jumping into the Evrmore and talking to the guys about what Evrmore is all about, there it is. And so until next time, stack sats and hodl. Adios.